All right, let's go to the phones. I want your thoughts. I've got David Beeler next segment, but we go to Los Angeles first. Josh in L.A. Hey, Josh, how are you?
Hey, Romy. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you.
Everyone's missing the bigger picture with this. They're just focused on the Reggie Bush thing. This program had a culture of several major things that were going on that were very bad. Winston Justice was brandishing firearms and getting prostitutes. The Ting brothers and Cushing with the steroids. There were racist websites going on with this program. Dwayne Jarrett was getting his rent paid for by Matt Leinert's dad. There's now Joe McKnight with the SUV. And everyone from SC is conveniently just putting this all on Bush. And, I know everyone's talking about how Carroll and Garrett were the big problems, but they don't explain why Carroll and Garrett were the big problems with this program, because Carroll was fostering an atmosphere to let all this stuff go on. This was like Miami of the 1980s all over again, and the media is not talking about it. The LA media is protecting USC here, and it's disgusting. I mean, there was a lot more going on with this program than just Reggie Bush.
You're right. You're right. I don't think that's unfair at all. There was a lack of institutional control. You've got a rock star head coach who's winning off the charts, who's gaining in popularity every single year, winning national championships, winning Heisman trophies, sending guys to the NFL early in the draft, the biggest thing in this town before the Lakers took on again. We're talking about a college football team in the city of Los Angeles, and they were the biggest deal in town. There was a culture that was fostered, and it started at the very top. Guys looking the other way. I mean, you saw Pete Carroll in that interview on HBO, Real Sports, where he was acting like, we didn't really even know what we had in Reggie Bush. We didn't even really know how good he was. I mean, come on, Pete, really? Reggie Bush. You didn't know that Reggie Bush was one of the best running backs that program ever had, and that he was going to be highly drafted in the NFL. Come on. You're an NFL head coach now, Pete. You can't evaluate that talent? Caller's right. It wasn't just Reggie Bush. That's why the NCAA came down so hard. That's why they're looking at a 2-year ban. That's why they're looking at losing 30 scholarships. Even Pat Hayden, he said that the bar has been raised even higher. Everybody after us is going to be held to this standard. And that's why I said to him at the time, why did they make an example out of you? He said, I'm not really saying they made an example out of us. I'm saying, but he did say that they were held to a different standard. Was a lack of institutional control. There were lots of things going on, and people at the top pretended not to know. And my feeling is, if you don't know, it's because you don't want to know. And if you don't know, you should know. It's your job to know. If you don't know, who is going to know? So now you've got to bring in a new head coach, a new director of compliance, and you've got to start over and do it the right way. I think he's right. It's more than just Reggie Bush. But they got to blame somebody. And he's going to catch the heat, and he's going to be a scapegoat. But it was not just Bush. That doesn't mean that Bush... Let's go to the huge call, see if we fare any better. It's brought to you by 5 Hour Energy. 5 Hour Energy. After a day like today, I cannot wait to get to it. It's packed with B vitamins, energy, and amino acids. 5 Hour Energy. Hours of energy right now. No crash later on. Again, go to 5hourenergy.com for more information. Out of time for the huge call, but we actually had one. Would have been Josh in L.A. on the USC Trojans saying, hey, don't put that all on Reggie Bush. There was a culture that the higher-ups fostered, a culture which led to this sort of thing, and it was not just Bush.